What's up, everybody? Derek Ting here. So right now I've been exporting audio files for the sound team in Davinci Resolve 16. And it's been a bit of a process. I've had to do a lot of troubleshooting. Normally I would hand this off to an editor, but it's been actually really difficult to find a Davinci Resolve editor. Most people are using Premiere still. But I really believe that Davinci is a much more convenient way to edit 4K, and it's just getting better and better as a editing suite. And of course, I kind of switched over to this editing platform, so I kind of really just stuck that I can't just take the whole movie and move it to another platform that easily. So because it's been a process. I want to document how I was able to export the AAFs so that Ben and Jed, my friends, can really handle the sound in the best way and bring it into Pro Tools. So I'm going to record the process, screen record the process, and I'm just going to walk you through what has worked for me. So before you start, I want to make sure you have the latest version of Davinci Resolve. Right now it's 16. Originally I was editing in 15.3. So I patched it, and I was a little bit hesitant to upgrade to 16, but I have to report after backing up the project, I did upgrade to 16, and it's worked. Actually, it made everything work really well. A lot of the bugs went away already, but also there's a whole bunch of settings that you have to figure out and make sure they're right, so you can get a proper AAF. Actually, if you don't do some of these things, then it'll just crash on you, and you'll be left trying to figure out what I was trying to figure out. Okay, so I'm going to do the screen recording right now. Okay, just quickly, this video is recorded on the iPhone Max Pro. Normally I record on the Canon EOS R and record on Sennheiser mic, but I'm testing the microphone here and putting it all in one in this video, so I hope you'll enjoy. So I'm in a dual screen setup, and I'm only going to show you the primary display and screen record. So new screen recording here, and I'm going to start recording. Okay, so this is my full timeline. This is how it looked originally, and I want to point out that I've done a Academy Leader and 2-pop for them. That's pretty much a standard in audio editing, and it's 8 seconds long, and you want the 2-pop to happen at 6 seconds. That's for their syncing. Now I want you to look at these bits here, because what I've done was, instead of just deleting audio tracks and certain video files I want to work with, I usually want to try to keep them. I just disable them, and that can cause issues with the audio export. So what I'm going to do now, what I did was, well, for one, it's a very big movie, so I've created 9 different reels, and so I'm going to take you to reel 2 because I think that's a little bit further in, and what you'll have seen here is I've just pretty much cleaned out all of my disabled tracks here, right? And so audio wise, there's only what's going to get exported. Now within the clips, you're going to want to go to clip attributes. So right click on one of them at least, and go to the name. Now what I did was I synced camera audio with on-set recording. So I used the sync function. Actually, I found it really convenient to do it that way in Davinci Resolve, much better than Premiere Pro, and that was another advantage that I felt was really good. But I didn't know how to make sure that I'm retaining the source name. So here you want to make sure you go to the name section and use the embedded source clip metadata, so that it transfers over in the export. Then in the audio, you just want to double check that you're outputting the right labeled source channels. And Ben and Jed tend to like stereo tracks, so I've done stereo tracks. Now you could try to do a grand, just go to the clip attributes and do something like this. They prefer stereo. Some you can change these to like 5.1 and all that. So you want to make sure you're getting everything. And with your sound editor, they're gonna have certain preferences on that, and you may have to play around to get the right settings that you want for that. But the clip attributes are very important to make sure that those are right. What I did was I went through different sections and checked the clip attributes, and so to each their own. If you have a smaller one, or you don't have as many layers, then or you're not as messy as me, then you can do it in a number of ways. Just want to show you that, right? And then you go into so once you're from the editing area of Davinci Resolve, you want to go to the delivery area. So it's already got loaded the second reel. So if you're exporting something to Pro Tools for your sound editor, then first thing you want to do is go and find where you want to export it. So I have different folders. I'm not going to choose this one. It's we have a folder which has different reels, and in this case, you would choose the A2 reel, right? Now I've already exported it before, so you're going to see how some of the files look like. Right, and then from there, you're going to choose your video settings. I've just chosen 720p because higher video is going to like 1080p is just going to make the files bigger and slow down the render time. 720p for audio should be enough, but you can change that. You can do whatever you want. And then here on the frame handles, you can choose 240. Now it depends on who you are working with. That might be 480, or that might be even higher. So you got to decide what's best for you in terms of the frame handles, and those are the ends of the things, the ends of each file. Of course, if you're watching this, you're probably pretty advanced in video editing, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then go back here to audio. I've set the bit depth to 24. I think default is 16. You can go as high as 32. And then in the file area, I've unchecked this use unique file names. Again, you might have your own way of doing things, and you may want to check this and try it out, but I've not included the use unique file names. And hopefully all that metadata and the source name will pass through, right? Okay. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna click on Add to Render Queue, and you can just kick off the Start Render. Now, I will tell you that you may want to, offload like a guide track as well, separately from this export, and you can easily do that like using one of these like Vimeo exports. If you want to do a higher resolution, you can do a higher resolution. But you can just output that so that the sound editor can take a look at the video and refer back to what you had recorded and what you had edited, and match it up. Yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, especially if this has helped you. Hope you'll check out Agent 1, and then right now we're working Agent 2. So some of the this is what I'm basically working, and if you want to check that out, that's great. I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. There's a lot of great content on the way.